Why can't government perform like companies in the private sector can perform? Now, a 15-year renovation project costs the people of the state, literally and figuratively. The construction that's been going on this building is an operational problem for the people who come in and go out every day. It's an operational disturbance for the city. It is also impeding what is a great asset for the state. There's all sorts of tourism opportunities to this building. People come to visit it. And when it's in a state of disrepair or it's undergoing renovation, obviously that is detracting from the asset. So do the renovation, do it as quickly, as well, as efficiently, as effectively as you can. That was the challenge. And as you've heard repeatedly, the timetable is being moved up. By the end of this year, the bulk of the work will be completed on the exterior of the building. Which means what? Which means the scaffolding comes down, which means the crane goes away, which means we start to enhance once again the appearance of the building, the tourism, etc. So we're excited about that. It's the bulk of the work. There will still be some work done next year, but they can bring a crane in and out when they need to do that work, and you won't have the permanent appearance that we now have. The work on the Senate staircase will continue, which is an exciting project, opening up the skylights on both the Senate and the Assembly staircases, which were part of the original design. So the skylights would illuminate those staircases. And that will be ongoing, and that will be completed next year. The people of the state will also save money, over $2 million, because when you shorten the length of the project, it also reduced the cost. So it's a win-win all around. And in some ways, this is a metaphor of the new attitude that we want to bring to government. On the far end, you see an illustration that I used during my political campaign of the construction that was going on at the Capitol, the renovation of the Capitol, the rebuilding of the Capitol, the rebuilding of government on a foundation of performance and integrity. And those are two hallmarks that I hope are pervasive throughout the administration. I also want to thank the contractor very much for his flexibility and his time and his ability to work with OGS and revise the original plan to facilitate the expedited schedule. So thank you very much. On that, any questions for Julia or Peter or Howard Glazer or Commissioner Joe Rubito? Michael?
Were there any opportunities in your review of this to reduce the cost, to maybe even scale back some of the decorative features, or was that not something you wanted to do?
It was something we considered, Mike. You have two basic projects. One is repairing the roof. And as you heard from Julia, the roof has been a problem almost from the initial construction of the project. The roof has to be fixed. It's unsafe. It's leaking. It's damaging the building. So you really didn't have a lot of options there. The skylight project, which was a project that the commission had talked about and worked on for a long time, that project was already contracted, right? This was all agreed to. This was all contracted. And at the end of the analysis, there wasn't a lot of savings to be gained by scaling back any work. So at the end of the day, we expedited the timetable. Tom?
Are you cutting back any specific work?
No.
Were you really on the roof?
I'm sorry?
Were you really on the roof of the Capitol?
I hear the voice, I just don't see the person.
Hi.
Hi.
Were you really on the roof of the Capitol?
Yes.
OSHA compliant hard hat, I just wanted to say.
I will bring you with, if you would like, Liz. I would love nothing better than for you to accompany me on the roof. And I will leave it at that.
Sure, Governor, I'd love to.
Okay.
Kyle, any plans to bring back any of the tour guides that were laid off last year? I believe at the end of the year, a bunch of them lost their jobs.
Yeah, I don't know. You'd have to talk to OGS about that.
Governor, was there any, in the original design plan, was there any flaw that just stuck out to your team that said this shouldn't have been done this way, or what caused it to stretch out so
You know,
long?
Glenn, I did this on the federal side for a lot of years when I was at HUD. There's a mindset of government projects. There's a mindset of a public works project. Well, we drag it out, it's going to take a long time, it has to take a long time. No, it doesn't. You know, they build buildings in the private sector all the time. I built buildings in the private sector all the time. It does not have to take 15 years. It really doesn't have to take 15 years. It shouldn't take 15 years. And when a project goes on that long, I think it's even problematic from a project management point of view.
The 48.7 million, was that the original budget? Or
Yes.
was that the budget that is projected now?
That is the original budget, and we'll reduce that budget by approximately $2 million in savings by expediting the calendar.